Conflict. You've probably heard this word before, but what does it mean? A lot of people have metaphors for conflict, like it's sheep amongst wolves, or it's like holding the ocean back with a broom. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, then these metaphors show that conflict is a really bad thing that you want to stay away from. But what if I told you that conflict was actually a good thing? Conflict can bring people together, it can unify. Conflict is something that if handled well, can unify people, it can be engaging, and it can grow relationships. But we need to realize that conflict is understood in different ways. We all grew up differently, we all understand the word conflict differently. If we come to terms with what conflict is, then we have a greater chance of walking out of it feeling good and without hurt feelings, or being happy about the solution that we came to. So that's what this video is for. It's for you to understand what conflict is and how to better approach conflict so you can come out of it with better solutions as a student in high school. As a high school student, you might come across situations where you have to negotiate your grades with the teacher, or you might have to talk about a missing assignment that you want to make up. In these situations, conflict management skills are essential to have as a student. So we've done some recon work. We've conducted interviews with US students as well as some of your teachers, and we found that the biggest conflict that you face as a student is communicating with your teacher. So we'd like to help you out a little bit. Let me introduce you to my friend, Devin.
My name's not Devin, it's Grills Bear, and I'm going to show you the bad way to deal with conflict and communication.
Oh, it's going good. How are you? Good. Just doing some grades. Oh, nice. So, I'm here to talk to you about my grade. I'm at A- right now, and I was wondering if there's anything that we can do to bump me up to getting an A. I wish I could, but I can't just give you a grade. I can't just bump you up. I have to be fair to all other students. And my parents are going to kill me because if I don't get an A, my scholarship's not going to carry over, or I'm not going to be able to get that scholarship because I need that 4.0. And so I really need it. And but you can't do anything for me. All my other teachers have been very willing to help me. Is there any way that you could find anything to help me out? Any extra credit, or I don't know, I just really need that A for my scholarship and for college. I honestly can't. I have to be fair to the other students. So if I give you more extra credit, I have to give everybody else extra credit, and it's a little too late in the quarter. So that's so sorry, you can't really do anything. I think you're being unreasonable. I'm going to have to go talk to my parents and see if they can come in and talk to you, because I think I deserve that A.
The weather outside is frightful, and so was that interaction. I want to teach you how to survive in the wild of high school with something I call TRIP goals. There's much more to conflict than meets the eye. Just like this iceberg I'm standing on, 20% can be seen, but the rest of the 80% is underwater and we don't know what it is. The same thing in conflict. We don't know what's happening underneath, and that's what we're going to teach you right now. We're going to talk to you about TRIP goals. Topic: relationship, intergalactic identity and process goals. We're going to start with the topic, and basically you remember the iceberg? It was the 20% you can't see. It's what we talk about most of the time, but that's not really where the problem lies most of the time. You remember the iceberg? That's our conflict iceberg. 80% of what happens is not really seen. This is what we're going to be talking about next. Relationship, intergalactic identity, I knew it, and process goals. Let's talk about relationships. The R in TRIP stands for relational goals. This means what we are to each other and how we view our relationships. Let's revisit that student-teacher interaction, and while you do that, I'm going to find out my relationship to this granola bar.
I'm the teacher. I'm doing what I think is fair, I deserve your respect, and I know what I'm doing.
So I'm the student. I'm hardworking, and I feel like I deserve to be treated like an adult.
Blast. Oh, well, let's talk about the I in TRIP goals. This stands for intro.
Identity!
Identity! That's the one! It talks about identity goals. This means, who am I in this interaction? Let's look at that clip one more time.
I'm a leader, I'm experienced, I'm educated, and I'm professional.
I'm responsible, and I'm competent.
I'm in the post-Soviet country of Ukraine, in this abandoned urban environment in Chernobyl. we want to talk about the P in TRIP. This stands for process. Process is the way you communicate. This could be through social media sites like Facegram or Instabook. But as for me, I prefer carrier pigeons. They're much more reliable. Is that them again? We hope you found this video helpful and that you'll always remember TRIP, topic, relationship, identity, and process. That's the one. This is Grills Bear signing off.
So there you have it, TRIP goals, another tool in the conflict toolbox. Remember, at the end of the day, there's a lot more to conflict than meets the eye. We have the topic, the relationship, identity, and process. Relying on TRIP goals makes conflict management a lot easier and a lot more manageable for you and your teacher.